It's camera, lights, and conversation for this next episode of Trends.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Trends. I'm thrilled to be joined by His Excellency Mr. Nagesh Singh, Ambassador of India to the Kingdom of Thailand. We're at the ASEAN-India Forum in Bangkok, and you are watching Trends. Your Excellency, could you share with us India's broader vision for tourism cooperation with ASEAN nations, especially with the context of India's Act Easy policy?
So, India and ASEAN share very deep-rooted historical, civilizational and cultural bonds going back almost 2,000 years. And not just in mythology, but with archaeological evidence of how goods, ideas and people from this region and India have been mingling with each other. And it has left a deep impact on our cultures, on our societies. At times we don't even realize how deeply influenced we are with each other. So naturally, with this kind of a cultural affinity, ASEAN becomes one of the favored destinations for Indian tourists, Indian outbound tourists, when they are traveling abroad. And we realized that people from India, they want to come to this region. I was just told I read somewhere that almost 6 million to 7 million Indian tourists traveled to the ASEAN region last year in 2024. Yeah. On the other side, from ASEAN to India, the numbers are not very good. It's about 700,000. So we are focusing a lot on promotion of tourism. And the reason is that it's not just about sightseeing tourism. It's about connectivity, connecting people, economic growth, employment generation. And also, we have seen that when people visit each other, whether for tourism or other purposes, understanding is promoted, businesses follow, foreign direct investment follows. So it's a very critical sector for India. And in India, we say that, the 3 T's, trade, technology and tourism, are going to be the pillar of economic growth in the coming years.
What role do you see tourism playing in deepening the strategic partnership between India and ASEAN?
Very important role. As you know, India is ASEAN's comprehensive strategic partnership. There are only 6 countries in the world, the United States, China, Japan, Korea and Australia, which are comprehensive strategic partners, which in diplomatic parlance means is the highest level of a relationship, and as the name suggests, is comprehensive, from political to defense and security to trade and investment. Tourism becomes a very, very big aspect of this relationship. And the reason is, if you see in global discourses, connectivity is the mantra. And connectivity not just in terms of physical connectivity, but digital connectivity, people to people connect. And no better carrier of that kind of connectivity than tourism. Like I said, it promotes better understanding. You go and know each other. There's no fear of the other. It promotes trade and investment. And we've also seen, the knowledge networks also come up. People traveling, students are not scared of going and studying in X or Y or Z part of the region. I'm talking about Indians coming out to go and study something in Laos, for example. There's something specific to Laos, for example, on ecotourism. So that kind of thing. So it plays a very, very important role.
Thailand is one of the most popular destinations for Indian travellers. How can India reciprocate and attract more tourists from ASEAN, including Thailand? As you mentioned, the numbers are way down compared to vice versa.
This has been my dilemma and a source of frustration, and how to promote India as a tourist destination for citizens of ASEAN. As you know, India is a vast country. It's almost a country the size of continent. From north to south, east to west, we have everything. From the Himalayas with mountain tourism to the beaches of the south. Thailand and India share the Bay of Bengal. So just like you have beaches on the Thai coast, we have beaches on our coast. Some of the most beautiful beaches. There's historical, tourism, if you want to go and see architecture, because India's recorded history, with evidence of architecture, etc., go back to, almost 2,000 BC, I mean, during the Indus Valley civilizations. We have, the beautiful temples in the south. The coldest place, the second coldest place on the planet is in the north of our country, a place called Dras in Kargil, in Kashmir, in Ladakh, minus 45 Celsius to 50 temperature. The wettest place on the planet is in the east of India. It gets almost 460 inches of rainfall a year. I mean, this is recorded. Point I'm trying to make is in the west we have the desert, that we have everything from all climates to adventure, to sport, to mice, to wellness, because if you go to southern India, the yogas and the Ayurvedas and, naturopathy, etc. I think the challenge has been twofold. One is lack of information. Somehow in this part of the world, including in India, we are still enamored with, going to Europe and North America, for whatever reasons. I don't want to say it because I'll be politically incorrect why they do that. But so there is lack of information about India. And the second thing at times is perception also, So I call it the twin deficits of information and perception. They're not sure what to expect without realizing that India offers everything in terms of, like I mentioned, all kinds of tourism which you are interested in. And yes, it is intimidating because it's a large country. At times I've spoken to my Thai friends, they feel worried because when they go there, it's a number of people, and then the complexity of our country. Every province has its own language. It's not a dialect, it's a language with its own script, grammar. So when the food changes, the appearance changes, the food habits changes. So they feel a bit intimidated that, going from one place to the other. But that is our challenge to try and promote, and the government of India is doing a lot proactively. Today, this ASEAN-India Forum, while it talks about journey of opportunities, ignite Indian travel to ASEAN, but my presence here is more to ignite ASEAN travel to India. And I think it will happen. It's already growing. We have about 20 million inbound travelers, roughly 20 million. It's about 18 or 19, I'm not exactly sure. But the numbers are too less. Thailand gets 36 million. And my feeling is that going forward, more and more people from the world, if they want to see the deserts of Western India, to skiing in the north of India, to the ecotourism of the east of India, and then the spiritual tourism or the beach tourism of the southern part of the country, they will travel to India because in one geography they'll get an experience of all these varieties.
Fantastic. Are there any current or upcoming bilateral tourism cooperation initiatives between India and Thailand that you could highlight?
So this is an ongoing process, and with Thailand, it is a very strong partnership in the tourism sector. But the things which are happening this year, because this is the ASEAN-India Year of Tourism declared by the last summit, the various initiatives which have been taken, which are taking place and are going to take place, are more comprehensive in the sense involving all the 10 plus 1 ASEAN countries. Last month we just had the India-ASEAN Cruise Summit, we called it, where we are focusing now on the maritime space, giving India and ASEAN share the Indian Ocean and the Bay of Bengal, how to promote cruise tourism, because the connectivity is there. You don't have to go to the Caribbean or the Mediterranean to look for. We have better connectivity and closer proximity as well. Similarly, end of this year, I think October, November, we are doing a tourism mart, big tourism mart in which all stakeholders, whether tour operators, whether influencers and other stakeholders are invited to India to come sit. But it's an ongoing process. So I can't enumerate the numbers, but I keep getting requests from Delhi for sending these various tourism stakeholders, I'm calling, for participation in these exhibitions, workshops. There are these digital meetings, etc. So it's a very, very, intense and a comprehensive program.
I think you've answered my next question, because it's how is the Indian Embassy in Thailand supporting tourism cooperation, particularly for the private sector and travel industry stakeholders?
We have been a facilitator. We are bringing together, all stakeholders from the government side, whether it's the Ministry of Tourism and Culture in India and the Ministry of Tourism here, the Tourism Authority of Thailand. India, as you know, is a federal structure of a government. So a lot of state governments, because some of our states are bigger than countries. My home state has 240 million people. So they keep, yes, Uttar Pradesh, it would have been the 7th largest country had it not been a province of India. So they are sending a lot of delegations to come here. They are inviting, again, in today's digital age, the influencers, the people who make an impact or can convince more their country people. For example, a Thai influencer going and looking at the Buddhist circuit and coming back and telling them that, these are the other places beyond the traditional Bodh Gaya or the Kushinagar or the Sarnath, which also have strong Buddhist influence. And they are told about these places in their own language with videos and other things, makes a great impact. So we have been doing that. We have been taking influencers, tour operators, airline people, hotel industry to India for them to go and see for themselves what is happening, what is available in India, how the infrastructure, the tourism infrastructure is being developed. And I'll be the first one to confess that I used to think that the tourism infrastructure compared to other parts of the world wasn't that developed. Internal connectivity was a challenge within the country. So all that is being addressed in a very focused manner. Connectivity within the country, air, railways, road networks, hotel industry. At times I'm told that in the peak season, in the winters, etc., the hotel rooms become so expensive that it becomes more expensive than, the air travel to India. So all those issues are being addressed, and our Prime Minister is focused on it, because tourism, like I said, is not just about sightseeing. It has the highest employment elasticity, for every country who are trying to create gainful employment. Tourism generates almost 10 to 11 jobs for every foreign arrival. So, we are doing a lot of work on that area.
Finally, Your Excellency, what message would you like to share with the Indian ASEAN stakeholders working to shape the future of regional tourism?
My advice to them and my appeal to them is that India-ASEAN relationship is not just historical and based on civilizational linkages, but there is a very vibrant contemporary partnership. As the world's geoeconomics and geopolitical focus shifts to the Indo-Pacific region, ASEAN's centrality to the whole Indo-Pacific strategy of the rest of the world, including India's vision for the Indo-Pacific or the Indian Act East policy, ASEAN centrality is a sine qua non. And while we'll talk about other hard issues of defense, security, trade and investment, tourism is a low-hanging fruit, and the potential is such immense. I mean, we are a country of 1.46 billion people. If ASEAN is trying to attract Indian tourists, forget about Indian tourists, they don't have to go looking for them. It's a young population, median age is about 27 years. Indians are getting prosperous. We have been the fastest growing large economy in the last 10 years. When prosperity comes, people want to travel, see the world. And going forward, this is a wonderful initiative what's happening here today, the ASEAN-India Forum on the tourism aspect. And going forward, I'll see more and more Indians coming to this region. And I hope they don't make a nuisance of themselves for the host countries. I'm just joking. I'm sure they'll not. But I see a very bright future for this pillar of ASEAN-India relations. Given the size and the dynamism of our two economies, the geographical proximity, the enhanced connectivity, which is booming, air, land, and maritime connectivity. So I see a very bright future.
Great. A future of many opportunities.
Yes.
Your Excellency, thank you so much for being with us at Trends today at the ASEAN-Indian Forum.
Thank you so much.
I wish you a successful afternoon at the forum. Keep doing the great job that you're doing in connecting India and ASEAN.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
You're very kind.
Cup and cup.